as our season comes to a close, we have one last big game remaining. We also have a bit of an injury crisis. This is Beyond Blue Brazil. Welcome in, end of season 13. I know this has been really quick over the last two episodes. I hope that the changing format hasn't upset anybody. I think this was the best way to get through a couple of extra seasons, really try and push this save on right toward the end of FM22. We do have a big game today. We have a Scottish Cup final, so I will bring you information on that. But first of all, let's go and see how the league finished up. We actually did incredibly well in the league this year. We only lost one game. We were so close. That 1-0 loss to Hibernian, the only game we lost in the league. It could have been a perfect season. Yeah, we've got draws here and there. Some poor ones, you know, drawing 1-1 with Dundee United is certainly not great. But, you know, we did really well. We actually didn't score the most goals in the league this year, which I thought was quite interesting. We finished third, which for a very dominant team, you know, we've won the title 5 years running now, surprised me. But defensively we were really good. Only gave up 16 goals in the league. A big part of what allowed us to go out there and do so well. It does hurt that we did lose a game. We could have had an undefeated season. That would have maybe lifted the doom and gloom around here after, you know, Europe, whatever. The Scottish Cup, we were alright in. Heavy rotation in a lot of these rounds means that we really did squeak by in some games. 3 1-0 wins and a 4-1 win over Stranraer do take us to the final, where we play Motherwell, a team with a lot of money, a team that has been on the up in recent seasons, a team we've actually done quite well against, although they were one of the teams that did start slapping teams about. If we have a quick look at Motherwell's season, they definitely had some highs and lows. Their manager being Andrew Robertson is an interesting one. They went on a terrible run in December. I mean, wow, that is honking. As you can see, their form picked up. A bad run again, but, you know, bookend by games against Liverpool. Yeah, Liverpool in the Euro Conference League. Oh, wow. I mean, fair. Ended up beating Celtic in the Championship split. Rangers actually came second this season, with Motherwell in fourth and Celtic in third. We faced 91 points, 10 points clear of Rangers. Celtic way back. So definite changing of the guard. Look at Celtic's final 5 games, 4 losses. Absolutely honking for them when they hit the Championship. Hibernian, the only team to beat us, got absolutely creamed in the Championship round. Everyone picked up wins against them. You know, St Mirren relegated again. Ross County in the playoff. It's kind of par for the course. We haven't seen any team come up and really manage to stabilise. Nothing really changed over these 13 seasons domestically. It's still kind of the same sort of teams we're seeing around. Hamilton currently 3-0 up over Ross County. Will we see Hamilton back in the top flight? Very possible. Mina in the end scored more goals in the league than Manso, which I find surprising. Very surprising. So in 33 games, 17 goals for Manso, and Mina got 18 goals in 24, only 12 starts. Wow. I don't like that. Manso did go on a bit of a cold run, but I think he's better. I think he's a better player. Trying to unlock Manso, I think a big part is maybe the creativity in the team. But then Mina was still scoring goals. It's a tough one. It really is. Manso for a while did have to play deep line forward, and going into the final today he'll have to play deep line forward, because unfortunately we are lacking some big names. Quealy is out, Santiago Velasco is out, and Abbas Utara is out. Our best centre back, our best midfielder probably, and our best creator. He's our set piece guy. He's one of our forwards. We are absolutely ravaged going into this game, unfortunately. We've taken our trip to Hampden, Scottish Cup final. The team to take on Motherwell today is Lamrabet in goal, Thompson left wing back, Paul Byrne right wing back, Corrales and Benavides as the centre-back pairing. Corrales on the left-hand side, very strong left foot. Try to develop him, 23-year-old Spaniard. Came in January, looks very good, has performed very well. McLean will be the regista we stuck with after the narrow, disappointing loss to Mainz. He's done alright. Look at that run. We didn't lose in our game domestically, so I'm happy to keep him as a regista. Labovic comes in as the defensive midfielder. He's played there a lot this season, so they got a good connection between him and McLean. Conde is going to be box-to-box midfielder, even though he's a very good centre midfield attack. I feel like when we pair him with Agushi is the better to play centre midfield attack. Hopefully that pays off and we get a couple of goals from him. Mina will play as the advanced forward and Manso will be deep line forward. But attack, because we still think he can give us more goals rather than creative spark. It's really going to be down to McLean in this game to pull the strings, create sound, maybe get the ball out wide to the wing backs and put it across. We should feel confident. But Motherwell are a tricky team right now. So, although our end of season was very strong, and we even handled them twice recently, a good performance is needed. Only one player of ours was mentioned in the 50 next-gen players. Thompson again. In his second to final year, he'll be valid for it. Is 18th in the world. Our left wing back. Slightly up on last year, where I think he was 19th, but has he had a good season? I think so. Injuries have played a part in rotation and stuff, but Archie Buchanan did very well as his backup. Not really concerned about Lewis Thompson going forward. Right wing back, I'm starting to think Paul Byrne's not going to be good enough. Oh, Gucci tries to lift it over the keeper. So we have dipped in the transfer market already. We've signed our right wing back for next season. 9 million spent on him. I'll show you him after this game. We were only given 11 million in transfer budget. So the transfer budget's gone. We either run this same team again next season, or I'm going to have to get quite creative with transfers. And I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired of selling centre backs for big money and having to replace them. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Acosta out wide here. This is not what we want to see early on in this game. Right, that's more like it. McLean makes the interception, drives forward. He needs to pick out the pass. He finds Manso. Can he deliver? Of course he can. He maybe didn't have the domestic campaign that we wanted. But I think overall Manso has been a very good signing for his for what we spent. It was a record fee. He is wanted by Leeds. I'd have to sell him for way more than 47 million. If we spent 36 million on this lad, we're talking 60, 70 million if we're going to sell him after a season. I don't want to sell him, but there's part of me that thinks that after looking at that, Mina needs to play advanced forward. And Mina, thankfully, has not moaned this season. McCord, on the other hand, I think it's probably time to move him on at the end of this season. He hasn't really played a huge amount. Our youth intake, we got that. I haven't brought it at the start of the episode because it wasn't very good. It was a good intake. We got one player with 5-star potential. He plays in midfield. He doesn't look remotely ready, and I mean like he needs possibly 4 or 5 years before we could even consider playing him. So unlikely to see much from him at all. Head back across, good header away. Agushi, can he get there? Just misses the tackle. That's one thing they did mention for FM23. They're going to improve the stand-in tackle of defenders and midfielders. Be nice to see that. It feels like they quite often don't do anything. That is surely a free kick to us, and it is. Stansfield knocks our boy over, and we get the break of the ball. Benavides. Now, Benavides is in line to possibly win Young Player of the Year, which I think is warranted. He's been very good for us. Manso. Pulls back to Agushi. Conde's just signed a new deal, which I'm very happy about. Means that we don't have to worry about him in the off-season. Oh, good tackle. Conde now. Lifts it forward. It's knocked back. They pick it up in midfield. McKinnon now. Out wide to McKay. Good chasing by McLean. They lift it across. We don't win the header. Acosta's in. He lays off to Stansfield, who puts it over the bar. Motherwell looking lively here. Like I said, They have improved as the years have gone on. They've got serious money. We can't take them too lightly. But up to this point, you know, we've beat them down in the dirt when we've played them. We did have a team meeting before this game and told them not to. It was a big occasion, but not to let it get to them and just make sure we came out with a trophy. Everyone seemed pretty happy. Just sort of reiterated that at halftime. Labovic now lifts it forward. I don't know what we're doing. It feels like we're being overly aggressive, so we'll just go balanced. We'll just see. Maybe we'll drop the tempo. That's a lovely ball to Paul Byrne. He puts it forward for Manso, who puts it over the bar. And it's that kind of finishing that has meant that he hasn't got nearly as many goals as we'd like him to. I mean, it was always going to be hard to replace Gordon Johnson, but I felt like we had bought in a player that was going to really knock his records into the dirt. And it just hasn't happened. Mina now. That's a lovely finish. Jose Alberto Mina might still be the guy. I maybe limited his game time this year too much because of the big money we spent on Manso, but when called upon, he has been very good. And due to the amount of games we play, we called on him often. That's a lovely finish. Little daisy cutter from outside the area. Puts us 2-0 up. I mean, it's still early. It would be nice to have a treble this season. We won the Premier Sports Cup. We won the league again. Scottish Cup, which we haven't won in a couple seasons now, would be nice to pick up against Motherwell, who are slowly turning the pressure on the likes of Celtic and Rangers. Celtic had a really bad year, started really poor. Rangers also sacked their manager this year. I think Callum Davidson's now their manager. Agushi's in. Oh, he lifts it over. I play him as the centre midfield attack thinking he is the better option than Condé, and he lets me down like that. Disappointing. Stansfield. I think he used to play for Aberdeen. Oh Lord, Dillian takes a shot from distance. It just whips over the bar. Amrabat again, going to play it out from the back. Benavides. That's a terrible bit of play. What is he doing? Oh my God. Goalkeepers are just insane. 2-0 up in a Scottish Cup final, and what is he thinking? Full meltdown there. Puts his centre back, he's got nowhere to go but to just lazily kick it forward right up the middle towards a Motherwell shirt. Come on. They've had one shot on target and it is a goal. We've only had 2 shots on target and we've got 2 goals. This is not a high quality final. Demand more. What we're going to do is we're going to take the passive space off. We're going to work the ball in the box. Let's see what we can do. Because we don't have our set pieces, we definitely look to be lacking something. We're going to take on Rosic on as the defensive midfielder here. Condé can come off for Jo Jin Hyuk. I think we're just about going to get over the line here. It's another Scottish Cup win. Beautiful. Cowdenbeath. That makes us 4-time winners in our time here at the club. Feels good. It is sad that this is the first Scottish Cup final that Velasco will not be raising it as captain because he's injured. That kind of sucks. Not gonna lie. Doesn't feel right. I miss his headband. Good for the fans though. We pick up the Scottish Cup first time in a couple of years. Domestically, we were fine. We were good. In Europe, we weren't good enough. It felt like initially in Europe, it's like, yeah, we're not getting beat by Barca. We're not getting beat by Southampton. This is good. And then final day, Southampton get a result against Barca and all of a sudden we're out of the Champions League. And then to go out to Mainz over 2 legs was also just very deflating. Hey, at least we made it, right? We started from the bottom, now we're here. I'm now a Cowdenbeath legend. Beautiful. Board are happy. McLaughlin raises some fitness concerns. I mean, the board are happy. They are absolutely furious about our set-piece play this season. I do not know why every board I have played under in Football Manager 22 has been obsessed with set pieces. But look at that. They're devastated. Devastated. We've won the league. We've won the Premier Sports Cup. We've now just delivered a Scottish Cup. Devastated. I mean, really, guys. So we have no money for next season. We've got 2 million in the bank, 31 million in the overall balance. Very tricky. So if we're going to bring in, we've got to sell. We have some players of serious value, including Manso. I don't want to sell him. I don't want to sell many players at all. I don't want to sell anyone, to be honest. I think we're, your Queelies, your Santiago Velasco, even Otara, you're just not going to find that quality for the money that we've got to spend. I'm pretty much going to stick with what we've got. A little disappointing. We don't have a huge amount of Scottish players in the squad anymore. Joseph Bull has been improving. He's got a lot of game time recently. I do like him. I think he can become a real good player. If we have a very quick look at our intake. Where's the guy? Here he is, 15 years old. Sean Watt, the only one to really take notice of. Already a Cinch League 1 player, which at 15 is awesome. Normally we'd be jumping and screaming. Good work rate, good tackler, proper ball winning midfielder. Needs a lot of work to be able to play for us, unfortunately. Personality's not great, gonna have to improve that. The player we've signed is Thomas Kirk, signed from FC Copenhagen. Very solid physical right back. I didn't say wing back, right back. He can't really cross, he can't really dribble, but in terms of helping us out defensively and even set pieces, it is decent. He's also he can also play centre back, but we will more likely use him as a full back, wing back on defend. Very happy. Consistent, good in the air, looks a solid player. Pick him up for 9 million. He had a release cost, 6'4", 20-year-old, fits the bill. And that is pretty much it. So let's get to our end of season review. There is another treble. I think we've done the treble twice now. Is it more than that? I think we've done it twice. We made some serious signings. Some of them have not really come off. He's barely played. Benavides, I mean, at this point, I don't even see a point in reading it. Good that they rated the keeper for 11 million, but some of these are just disrespectful. Like, I don't... Why is he good and the other guy's not? The other guy's got higher ratings. Much higher ratings. He's played great when he's played. This guy, more money, but like, it's very strange. It's really odd. Transfers out. I think Udoka, content, 27 million is an unbelievable price we got for Udoka. Udoka, a very good goalkeeper, but we'd moved on. We chose who we were aligned with, and we bought him for 5.25. That's a great bit of business. I'm actually quite surprised they've got an issue with that one. Charlie MacArthur, another one that I can't believe we got 9.7 million. Alex Scott, 12 million. I think is a solid bit of money. Gordon Johnson, selling him for 15 million and seeing that he's only scored, he's barely getting starts, and he's got 10 goals, 3 assists for Crystal Palace, is pretty upsetting. Lennon Donaldson sold him to Everton for 17.75 mil. Albert Thomas barely appeared for PSG. Oh, that's disappointing. Good money though, 30 million. Lee, I can't believe we sold him for 8 million as well. He has been playing for Crystal Palace by the looks of it, 19 appearances. Jack Casey just didn't look like he was going to develop into the player we wanted him to be, so we sold him for 500,000. They're happy with the league. Bit disappointed in Europe. Really disappointed in Euro Cup. Same. Scottish Cup, happy. Premier Sports Cup, happy. I mean, we won them both, so fine. Goal of the season was McCord. Interesting. Can't really remember that one. Broadcast revenue is right down. Lord, that's bad. Competition prize money also right down, because we didn't make it through the Knockouts Champions League. We were going to take a hit, but that does explain why we've been getting so little money, I would guess. Solid overall performance from the team. We kind of dominated Manager of the Month for a decent part of the season. We won the Players Managers of the Year, which is good. Bernardo Manso, highest fee. Everything else, pretty much standard. Not setting too many records this season, unfortunately. I think the most set pieces, play time football, play possession football. I mean, pretty standard at this point. Develop the best youth system in the country. In progress. Okay. See how that works. End of season team meeting. I mean, we want to win it all again, and we want to do better. Do better in Europe. Got to take a step back. I hate that. They're a good group of lads, but jeez, they need to realise we want to be pushing in Europe. If you have somehow made it this far in the series, I appreciate 145 episodes. Not too bad. We're gonna get a couple more in. I'm gonna try my best to get another 2 seasons done in the next 2 weeks, and then we'll finish the series. Even just to see if we can make any sort of dent in Europe would be fun. You know, we're at a point where we probably don't really want to sell our key players, to be honest. So I'm not sure there'll be much wheeling and dealing. But we'll kick on. Let's get to the group stage and then see how we get done with it. It's such a tricky position we're in now with this save. We took Cowdenbeath from lowly League 2. We've won the league 5 years running. Really good, but Europe has evaded us, and it is tough to take that step. And maybe we just needed to churn out more seasons than we did. So, a lesson learnt today. I will see you again next time when we once again go. Only a couple more of these left. Beyond Blue Brazil. Thanks.